Welcome to a muzzle chat. All right, bring it in closer. The exhaustion lie. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are now just living inside a machine that was never built for your biology. We spend billions of dollars trying to figure out why we are constantly exhausted, brain fogged, and anxious. But nobody is looking at the invisible environment we are sleeping in and running around in all day. At least not enough of us. However, peer-reviewed science shows biological damage from ambient radiation and starting at 0.05, a fraction of a decimal point. And the government safety limits, or limit, if you could even call it that, is 1,000. That's not a safety limit. There is a 1,000 times safety gap. There's no safety in that gap. They call it a standard. It's a kill zone. We are spending all day, every day. We are spending 8 hours a night inside a microwave grid, expecting our cells to repair. They can't. Your nervous system is never actually shutting down. I can speak personally on this. My nervous system was never actually shutting down. I just luckily listened to that inner voice and got out in nature enough, far enough out of this grid that it would shut down. And I felt the natural body's ability to heal. It is directly correlated to these wavelengths. And once I integrated materials down here, it brought the natural ability for my body to heal out there to this environment. How do we break through? How do we get people to stop accepting the unacceptable? You cannot supplement your way out of this toxic of an environment. You have to block these known classified carcinogenic radiation signals. You have to build a fortress around your sleeping environment at a minimum so it can finally breathe, reset itself, repair itself, heal enough to endure another day of bombardment in this atmosphere. I'm not just here to sell you something. I'm not. In fact, just use the hub. Use the website. TrueShield.me is a hub. Get informed, find somewhere else, and buy the materials somewhere else. Just please take this serious and get yourself protected, because you have no idea until you integrate this and give it a fair shake as to just how instrumental it is. Now, for those of you that don't want to become your own expert and roll the dice on other material, and you want to order from us, thank you, so we can continue to supply others with this shielding. Yes, that's important, but you could also help us fight on behalf of you to getting at the source of this radiation that we are fighting against here at True Shield every single day. Because ultimately, we want to get our environment to a place we don't need shielding at all. But not enough people are willing to set down their day jobs and fight this fight. So employ us to fight this fight on your behalf. To the men out there, you know what this is? Do you have one of these? Where are you putting it? How are you carrying this with you all day, every day? This is a pocket liner insert. Okay. What do you suppose the impact of this, where we're carrying it, is having on our body as a whole? We're sitting here scratching our heads as to why testosterone's tanking across the board, why men are wearing dresses. Holy moly. We have no problem going as far as getting a doctor, paying, showing up at those appointments, paying out of pocket, injecting ourselves with Band-Aid solutions in consideration. We can just take a preventative measure to begin with to up the natural body's ability to do what it was designed to do. This has somehow become more so controversial than the white lab coat thing, the Band-Aid solutions. How is something, when the science is backing and supporting it controversial at all? Don't you suppose that would be solely due to all the noise and the extreme bias big tech, big pharma, government all benefits from actually pumping out the true propagandist narratives to a degree that that's what's making it controversial? All these little tests are on the website. So I'm not going to sit here and like hit it out of the park right here, but let's just show you. Here's my phone on a singular layer. Let's turn it on. Right up against it. Zeroing out. Look, it's your choice. You could go buy all the Band-Aids in the world and be continuously like a dog, chasing your symptoms, enriching your enemies. Or you could support your comrades, your neighbors, the private sector that is trying to fight on your behalf and secure our future. Consider this. One of the reasons this is even controversial is the actual algorithms are trying to wipe out this information from even getting out there. Hence why we've recently been exposing and screaming ad nauseum a 90+% increase of suppression on none other than Rumble, one of our touted free speech platforms. And that is a blanket level of suppression in all the digital space. We don't just need people to start protecting themselves and unlocking their ability to even care more deeply about their own health. We need more people to unlock themselves in a sense where we pick up our own microphones to getting this information out there. Because frankly, we're not getting it out there fast enough. Wavelengths aren't getting balanced out or staying where they're at, or getting slightly better. They're getting worse. More of it is being installed. More damaging wavelengths are being created and rolled out. Humanity needs your help. This is an extreme uphill battle because I know the lack of care that we're seeing around and this hollow projection of oneself as being a protector. Let's just be real. Muzzles are off. Essentially, this diminished level of operation we find ourselves in are solely due to the known negative neurological, emotional, physical impacts of the very radiation we're speaking of. So in other words, yes, there is a direct connection to the why we don't see this as a problem is due to our brains being microwaved as we speak. It is not that complicated. This is very simple. I get it's not ideal, but just because it's not ideal and that's a world we would rather not live in doesn't change that that's the world you're living in. The math doesn't lie. Protect your baseline. Regain a higher level of function. Reclaim your home and make it a sanctuary. Stay beautiful, my friends, and always stay unmuzzled. Until next time, God bless.